it is very common to say, yeah, it's not only about the result, it's also about the process. But
the end
like
result
my
does
experience,
matter.
my experience in Chelsea, in Paris, in Dortmund, in Mainz, it is about the results. I have to tell you, and you can overcome one loss. You can overcome a short period of
There's a
results
slight
that are
margin.
missing. If the players feel, yeah, but we are on the right way, but it cannot be too long. Otherwise, nobody trusts the process anymore. It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, some wise words from Thomas Tuchel. You can overcome some short period of problems, adversity, but when it goes on for too long, people forget. People will stop trusting the process. People will stop being patient because you can't have it for too long. You simply can't have it for too long. And the reason why I am bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen, is the first bit of news, which goes something like this. This is not a short process at Chelsea. It's a long-term process. Mauricio Pochettino knows that, and he wants all the players to be available as soon as possible. He wants to create something special and is 100% sure that the potential of the squad will be incredible in the future, but it takes time. It's coming from Fabrizio Romano via his YouTube. Look, that's fantastic that Mauricio Pochettino is looking to build something special. And it's also somewhat, I suppose, makes sense that, yeah, he's waiting for the injured players to come back. But let me tell you something. There will never be a situation where everything is perfect in life. Something will always be not going according to your plan. Always. You have to be doing your best in adversity. And this isn't just for football. This goes for anything in life. You, me, whatever we're doing in our life, this is how it is. Not once you're going to have a situation where every single piece of, element, information is according to plan. And through all this, you will still have to find the best solution. You will still have to find the correct, scenario for the team. So, look, I understand we are building for the future. I also get the fact that we can't just be chopping and changing managers willy-nilly every single season. But a long-term process is only as good as short-term success. Without short-term success, you're not going to see the long-term process. No one ever reaches a long-term process objective without any short-term goals being met. So right now we've played 5 matches and we've got 5 points. And up next is Aston Villa, which I think most of the fan base will probably say we're not going to win. And straight after that, it's Brighton in the Carabao Cup. And once again, it's another match that most probably, predominantly, the fan base will say we're not going to win. So what are we doing? Well, how long are we going to, continue with this notion that no, it's a long-term thing? The season's running away. Unless you're one of those fans that's sort of looking around and saying, do you know what? No, this season is already a write-off. Last season was a write-off. This season is a write-off as well. We'll just wait till everyone is fit, which is never a guarantee that once everyone is fit, that no one else will ever get injured again. It's a mad notion to hold on to. You have to find solution. As Thomas Tuchel said, short-term adversity can maybe not overlooked, but you can overcome them. Yeah, prolongs for too long, I'm telling you, people will stop buying into what you're trying to do. Players will stop buying into what you're trying to do. Yesterday, post-match, already Pochettino talking about how the fullbacks bombing forward and he doesn't want that. So players are not listening to instructions. Pochettino, post-match, talking about Mudryk, how he needs to understand the game a lot more, which is true, but saying these sort of things in public, and where's it going to leave the player? We see what's going on in Man United when the manager is public about a certain things. It generally doesn't go down well. These sort of things, you probably need to keep it behind the scenes. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are protecting... we've gone through that. Yep. Chelsea are protecting Nicolas Jackson and are not actively working on a new striker. In pre-season, Jackson was working really well with Christopher Nkunku. Chelsea believe that when Nkunku comes back, it will change everything for the attacking players. He was the key for Mauricio Pochettino. Once again, from Fabrizio Romano. Look, sure, I'm not going to deny that Nkunku wasn't key. He was probably the most important player. I get that. But to sit here and know that Nkunku is potentially not going to be back till January. That's what most reports are saying. He's not going to be back till January. It's a serious injury. Are we just going to sit here and twiddle our thumbs, wait for this guy to get fit, and then our season's going to kick off? What until then? By the time he comes back in January, the season might be already done. We have to find a solution, and I find it quite amusing that Pochettino is a particular manager that is solely reliant on Nkunku. You don't have any other plans. You can't just have a particular setup based on one player. Once again, what is the guarantee that once Christopher Nkunku comes back, that's it? He is never ever going to get injured in his life again. Nkunku's record last season, before the World Cup, he picked up that big injury. After that, he picked up another injury straight after. So, Nkunku, it took a little bit of time before he came back to the Leipzig team. I think it was just to the latter parts of the season. It could very well be something like that for us. We have to find a way. Without Nkunku, it's not good enough to have the game plan purely based on Nkunku. It's not a good look on the manager. It shows that you're limited. It shows that all you seem to have is the Nkunku plan. You've got this huge squad. You've got this squad full of talented players. You need to find a way. You must find a way. Or else it's not even about us, the fans. The crowd in the stadium who have already started booing, it will only intensify. It will only intensify. Next two matches are in Stamford Bridge. Aston Villa and Brighton in the Carabao Cup. You don't get wins in any of those matches. You don't have to worry about the online fans and the content makers. You have to worry about the fans that are going to the stadium. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are interested in Ivan Toney. Nothing has advanced yet. Let's see which club comes with the right money to try to convince Brentford. Probably not before December. Chelsea will keep protecting the squad, and let's see what happens in 1 to 2 months. Look, it's great that Chelsea will be protecting the squad over the next 1 to 2 months, and we'll see what happens by the time December comes around. I'm still backing Nicolas Jackson, but I have to say, he's got to start getting a little bit more composed. Like, there were certain things he did yesterday was just mad, especially that shot that went into row Z. He had no composure. He was falling over and he just still went for the shot. Best he could have done is composed himself, kept the ball, and looked for an option to pass, as opposed to being imbalanced and going for the shot. It was not a good match for Nicolas Jackson at all yesterday. That goes for many other players, but as a striker, it was definitely not a good game. The only thing he did was outside of the box shot, which hit the post. But he's probably having to do a lot at the moment. He's having to drop deep. He's having to link up with everyone. We need someone in that squad, in that team, who is able to feed those passes to him. Right now, there doesn't seem to be anyone. When you've got Enzo and Gallagher, and you're playing Enzo very high up, the ball takes too long to get to Enzo. And when you're playing Enzo deep, where I want him to play, then the option is Gallagher probably up front, who's not always in tune and has a vision to find someone like Nicolas Jackson. And this is why Nicolas Jackson drops in a little bit and links up with Sterling, links up with Mudryk, as he did yesterday. And then, it's difficult for him to also then bomb into the box, because once you drop in, you link up, and the wingers are the ones that's entering the box. And the issue with this is our wingers at the moment, Sterling's been scoring goals, but he's also hit and miss. And Mudryk is just not scoring at the moment. If you have a striker that's going to drop in, you need wingers that's going to bang in goals. And right now, we're not seeing that. So, look, there is a case for going after Ivan Toney in January if things don't improve for Nicolas Jackson. But as I said, I'm still backing Nicolas Jackson because I feel like his overall package is there. Yeah, aerially, he definitely needs to improve. But besides that, everything is there. He just needs to calm himself down in front of the goals. Just calm yourself down. But if this continues, this pattern continues, this trend continues, you best believe Chelsea will go for a striker in January, undoubtedly. A proven striker. And I'd like to see what happens to that whole under 25 selection criteria, because that's a bit of a joke. Ivan Toney is definitely not under 25. I think he's 28 or 29. So it'll be interesting to see whether Chelsea deviates away from that. But someone like Ivan Toney, definitely. Chelsea been interested for a while, and he's definitely Premier League proven. You best believe he will score goals. But it's not just on Ivan Toney. You have to feed him. You do need to feed him those chances. And maybe that's something Nkunku can do as well, considering he can stay fit once he comes back. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Pochettino's side ranked joint fourth in the division for shots, total shots, 81. The problem is the accuracy, as the shot conversion is only 6.2%, which is abysmal. 81 shots and your shot conversion is 6.2. That is quite pathetic. Look at this. Look at this. Chelsea all the way down and only two teams below them, Luton and Everton. This is the level. You can't win games. You're taking shots, but if you're not accurate, you're not going to win games. If they're not going in the goals, you're not testing the keeper. There's no chance at all. Goes back to are you doing these training? Are you doing shooting practice at training? Has Chelsea Football Club, a big club, with all that money spent, have 6.2 conversion rate after 81 shots taken? It's quite mad, absolutely mad. Next up, check this out. These are the news that's going to absolutely annoy you. Chelsea are keeping, as if things are not annoying already, right? Chelsea are keeping an eye on Ramsdale's situation at Arsenal. This is, I don't know what to say, man. Ramsdale, a particular goalkeeper who looks like is potentially going to become the number 2 very, very soon, because David Raya will take over. They didn't bring David Raya to be the backup. They brought in David Raya because Arsenal think he's superior than Ramsdale. Ramsdale might have done all right over the past few seasons, but let's be honest, he is no elite level keeper. And I'm not saying David Raya is an elite level keeper either, but he's definitely better. So here we are in a situation where we want to take Arsenal scraps, a goalkeeper that they probably are starting to think is a second level goalkeeper. We want to bring him in to do what? Compete with Sanchez, who we are not completely convinced with as well. I think Sanchez is a decent keeper, and yesterday obviously had a very, very good match, man of the match performance for me. But I think we can all agree Sanchez is not the level of that world-class level of goalkeeper that we were looking for. And Ramsdale is probably a level below Sanchez, or maybe similar level. So what are we doing here? We should not be looking at this, man, and influxing the team with more second-rate, second-tier type of players. No, go for the best. Go for the best. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Pochettino and Leslie Ugochukwu. That is one of the positive things at first. A first start for him. He's really young and complete at this level. The Premier League is always difficult. But I think his performance was good. Definitely his performance was good. Ugochukwu was a fresher breath there, to be honest. I thought his game against Bournemouth, playing as the deepest midfielder, predominantly he was playing as a lone DM, and Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez were playing as 8s. I thought he did very well. He's robust. He's a unit. He's an absolute unit. So, look, it does give us a different dimension. And hopefully we can we can continue this good work with Leslie Okuchuka and keep finding minutes for him, and potentially he could be something for us down the track in the future. So that's one good news to come out of that particular match, to see his performance. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to everything we talked about, especially the whole notion about long-term project process, being patient, time in order to get a long-term process done. Short-term objectives must be met. That's my feeling. Let me know what your thoughts are. And also the Nkunku factor. Should we just give up our season just because Nkunku is not available? Let me know in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Make sure you check out the stream earlier today that I had with Eunice, where we broke down the entire piece, every facet of Chelsea Football Club, and tried to understand what the problem is. So make sure you check that out, the earlier stream today. And also make sure you join the Discord group that we've created. The link is in the community page. I'll probably put it in the description as well, so do look out for that. Join the Discord group and just connect with many other Chelsea fans, and even connect with me on a personal level. We can have a conversation on a regular basis. So make sure you do that. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.